Dynavap.com TRDS at checkout. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rich Dickman Show, the show where being slightly better than mediocre can make you a Rich Dickman. That should have been podcast. I am Rem, I'm guest hosting once again. This is episode 21. Welcome back. Thank you for being with us through... Oh shit, I started thinking about it now. It's like actually 22 episodes. Anyways, with me, as always, my guest host, he is the anonymous op-ed source from the New York Times. It is the White House leaker. It is Huell Hauser. Huell, what's up, buddy?
I am kind of a lodestar. I would be a good anonymous op-ed guy.
Let's go back. So after we recorded, so Friday I went over to Mama Rem's house just to say, because they're going to Italy. They went to Italy this past Monday. Mm-hmm. And so we had dinner because my father always thinks he's going to die when he's on a plane. So we are forced to go to their house.
To have like a final meal? Yeah,
exactly. So, we had everything Mama Rem cooked, plus my father, cooked some lobsters. And then the next day, Chris No C and I got lobster bombs. Do you know what a lobster bomb is?
I do not know what a lobster bomb is.
Lobster bomb is this magical creation that I saw 2 years ago, and this is my first time having one. And they take a bread bowl, right? They hollow out the bread bowl. They fill it with like 1.5 pounds of lobster. It's like 2 lobsters. Mm-hmm. And then they top it with lobster bisque.
When you have this, I might die dinner, I assume, Papa Rem airs a lot of grievances. Like, is that his time to tell everyone how disappointed he is in them?
He used to. Not so much anymore. He's just glad for the company now. He's old. He doesn't have that fire in him anymore. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. A few years ago, he'd be like, hey, I got to tell you this. And then, we got to hear the whole shit. Now he's just happy to have the company.
He used to be Rocky in Rocky 2, and now he's Rocky in Rocky 5.
More like Rocky in Creed.
Okay. All right.
He's just kind of old and
everything hurts. I feel Papa Rem. I understand. I feel like there was other things that you could have done that would have been equivalent on the lack of pride and self-respect meter. That would have been at least more fun. Like you could have gone down, I don't know, to the shady part of Hartford and got yourself a lady of the evening. Yes. Maybe done some needle drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like none of those are all in the ballpark of a four Cinnabon weekend. Oh, he's doing the designing.
Yes.
I thought maybe he was like a model, like a nudie model for an old man.
He could be. He wouldn't tell me about it, but I don't.
But you could guess. Like I feel like you'd know.
Yeah. I mean, he does get kind of quiet and look down at the ground a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There might be some shame there. I don't know.
Show me on the bobblehead where he touched you.
Yeah. A producer at Sam would know a lot more than I would.
Maybe she's like
his dealer.
Those pimps always start out as like a relationship, and like that's how they build the trust of their hoes. So maybe that's what producerette Sam is doing.
She's pimping out producer Ryan
because he's a sweet kid. He's like a babe in the woods.
He really is. When you got a hold of him a couple of years ago, he had no idea what life was going to be like.
Yeah. And now he's like practically a sex slave.
Yeah. Now he's a sex slave. He's a drug addict, likes to drink a lot, does art. Yeah. No, the dude's out of his mind.
Poor producer Ryan.
Poor producer Ryan.
He never had a chance in this crazy world. I'm just mad that I have to be there. Number one, because everybody's there in line is just miserable, getting treated like dog shit. But then selfishly, I'm like, I come from humble beginnings. I've worked very hard to get where I am. I feel like I've put in a fair amount of hours so that I no longer had to get treated like a garbage person. But here I am in the garbage line, and it's just making me mad, and I want to burn down the building, but can't do that in civilized society.
It's like you're a lawyer and a man of means. How come they don't make an exception for you? That's bullshit.
There's no
That's
exceptions.
How the country works.
It's ridiculous. No? I'm like standing in the social services line in a full suit and tie next to some guy who's like peeing his pants while I'm waiting there. It's just it's too much, man.
You find
I got like stuff to do. This is like in the middle of the day. I got like stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like my hourly fee is like $400 an hour, and I'm sitting in line at social services, and it's just making me fucking furious.
You're just losing money constantly.
It's making me mad.
And so will you be having like an interview process where you interview a whole bunch of, I assume, females, and then you get to choose the hottest one?
I don't even care. I mean, at this point, I don't care if like some old man showed up in a trench coat, smelling of booze, and being like, "Hey, I hear you got a baby in the house." I'm like, "You seem like a cool dude, come on in." Get a nice belly full of Huell, and I would be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, Huell is so here's how to prepare a Huell meal. You lay him down.
Oh, I always used to like when they talked about chocolate Huell. They would be like, "Get you some chocolate Huell," and it would be like, "Oh yeah."
The standard way to prepare your Huell is add 14 ounces of cold water, add 3 level scoops of Huell, add 3 ice cubes, which are optional.
Those are those are all tracking so far.
Blend or shake vigorously for 10 seconds.
Yep.
Top off with approximately
10
6
seconds
ounces of water.
if you're lucky.
Reshake and then enjoy.
Yep.
You can, of course, tweak this and adjust to your liking. For example, simply using a different amount of water can make a big difference. Adding more water makes your Huell thinner and less sweet, and less water makes it thicker and sweeter.
That's the one that you want. The thick sweetness of Huell. Here's a pro tip for your Huell consumption. If you don't get knocked up, Huell buys you a lot nicer things. It's a lot better. If you're going to do one or the other, my suggestion would be don't get knocked up, and you'll get a lot more trips to the lingerie store or what have you. What if Svensson is secretly Moby?
Ooh, the weird looking bald dude.
Yeah. What if that's Svensson? What if that's him? What if he's like, this is like his alter ego, so he can express his love for various podcasts without it being like, "Oh, Moby likes my podcast."
Yo, Moby, I love that song you did with Holla Back Girl. That was a fucking phenomenal song back in the 90s, so thank you.
Do you think that we have enough to go on that we can just tweet out that we're Moby's favorite podcast and tag Moby in the tweet?
I mean, it's the internet, so we can do whatever we wanted.
We have it on solid authority that we are Moby's favorite podcast.
Do you know Moby's Twitter?
I don't know. I assume it's Moby. He's like a celebrity.
Let's see here. So I just searched Moby, and the first one I got is MobyXOX at the little idiot.
That's probably
the second. Yeah, the second one I got is Adam Ellis, and he is at Moby_dickhead.
See, that's his fan. That's probably him. Does it have a blue check on it?
It does. The first
that's probably him. His Twitter handle used to probably just be Moby, and then he likes the podcast so much he changed it to Moby the Dickhead.
It is Nick Rekieta from Lawsplaining the Interwebs. Nick, how are you?
Hey, good, man. How are you?
Good, thank you. I know you're all caught up with all 21 episodes, so I'm just kidding. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while since I had a guest. I'm a little nervous, so forgive me. I'm not nervous. I'm drunk. Nick, are you drinking whiskey tonight or no?
The amount of stupidity in this case, it can't be condensed into 20 minutes. You've got to at least read the first document. I think after it, you'll be hooked.
I will check it out. That sounds fun. It sounds entertaining. I definitely will.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Of course, if you want to, I will happily read it for you on my YouTube channel with all kinds of whiskey involved. I got comics professionals endlessly telling me how to practice law, and it's the funniest thing.
Yeah, I saw that. And one guy said to talk to the police before talking to a lawyer.
That's awesome. That's solid advice.
Yeah. Yep. It's not only like the first thing you hear in law school and anywhere. Like, yeah, you, buddy, should definitely talk to the police first, but everybody else should call a lawyer.
Yeah, actually, they're really cool guys to just have a sit down chat with. Just get some things off your chest. It'll turn out fine.
Yeah, you could just tell them anything. Yeah. It's okay.
Kind of like going to a priest.
Right.
Just get it out, get it all out there, get it off your chest. You'll feel so much better afterwards.
And I'm not sure which one treats you worse after confession.
Oh, if you know a cutter, have them call in. I'd like to talk to them. Okay, thank you guys again, and we'll see you next week for episode 22. Check out Nick online at all the places he mentioned and YouTube, and his internet. See, it's late now. It's late for here on the East Coast. But Nick Rekieta.
2 in the fucking morning there, isn't it?
Almost. It's Rekieta. I spelled it right. Nick, if you listen back to this whole episode, I fucked it up badly earlier. So
fine.
Yeah.
I get it wrong most of the time.
Good night, everybody. Nick, that was great. Thank you again for coming on.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks so much for having me. This is a blast.
No,
Thanks,
man, it was a good time. Yeah, you'll have to join us one of these days on some of our less, or I guess maybe more esoteric discussions. It's a fun show.
Seriously, anytime, I'm happy to. So I just like talking to people.
Awesome.
That's honestly one of the reasons I'm a lawyer, is just because I like to hear people talk and tell stories and stuff like that. So
yeah.
And sometimes deal with like rape.
All right, Nick, you take it easy.
You guys too. Have a good night.
See ya.
All right, we'll see you, man.